Cancel.
Schweezy.
Okay, I saw this article at the last minute and decided to go over it as a family. So I can pull the iPad up on the screen here once I click here. And now the screen has changed and I am in the background. So this is BuzzFeed. That's where I went to. Bad person examples. 17 signs of a terrible person. So I've met a lot of terrible people in my day. And you realize that. I've definitely realized that, you know, because I want to show kindness to people and be nice to people. But at the same time, like, people take advantage of my kindness. And I act like a dick on this show, but in real life, I'm sometimes nice to you. Anyways, though, let's get into it. We're into it. Let's go looking through the BuzzFeed. Well, there's no such thing as a perfect person. There are some individuals who choose to live life as more or less of an antithesis of that. So when Reddit user, you don't get all mad, asked, what screams I'm a terrible person? Thousands of people responded, here's some why. So we're really just going to Reddit. We're just taking extra steps back to Reddit. Here, all right. Making your children upset in order to record it and post it for internet points. Yeah, and even then, I think it's okay to post pictures of your children online. You know, like normal pictures you should post of your children online. I always get weird when, like, they want to post bath photos or like their newborn naked photos. I'm like, I don't even know. You know, if I don't want anyone see my child's naked body, except for like me and the mom, you know, if I have to. Not a lot of people remembering that, and it should just be ingrained in your mind after that. Yeah, but don't be like a dick to your children. Don't even only post nice things about them on social media. That way other people get jealous of them. That's how you do it. People who treat servers, rideshare drivers, and convenience store clerks disrespectfully. Character is how you treat the people you'll never see again. Yeah, I never got why people, you know, when you just meet someone, like, you don't know if they're a dick or not, like, just be, like, neutral towards them. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day, you know, or be friendly and nice. Don't be like those bartenders where it's like, is she in love with you or is she just a bartender doing her job? You know, don't be that. But find your place in the middle, I think. Put you in the middle. I think that's a good spot. Minimizing other people's experiences or pains because it doesn't match your experience. I feel like everyone has this in certain areas where they refuse to understand it because it's never happened to them. It's specific situations, and I feel like everyone has a little bit of a blind spot there on that, you know, like, I'll refuse to understand because it's not a problem I have or I've ever dealt with, you know, like, it was like me and my dad. I'm like, because he's always able to fall asleep in like 2 minutes and I like struggle to fall asleep. I feel like all of my problems relate to that, can like be summed up to that or something like that. But yeah, but like, you know, I told my dad, how do you fall asleep really fast? Oh, I just go to sleep. You know, like, that's not, you can't. I was like, I just fall asleep. He's like, how to go to bed? Dad, how do you think I would be able to go to bed earlier? Oh, you go to bed earlier. Like, that would be how he did. I'm like, that's not an answer. That's answering the question with the question. How do I do that? How do I do this? You do this. Like, and that's not how you answer the goddamn question. So yeah, that's how Tales of My Father. Number 4, when someone complains about everyone else behind their backs. Yeah, but I also think, like, I know my friends talk about me behind my back, and we all talk about them. There's a difference between talking about it or gossiping, because gossiping, I think, is where things can get really bad. And so it's like, I don't like. Do you tell your mom personal things? I'm like, no. And you're like, why not? I'm like, she cannot keep a secret to save her life. And I bet if I told her that, I haven't told her that. I don't think I've ever told her that. But if I told her that, she'd be like, "Nuh-uh, I can keep a secret." I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I don't think anything I've ever told you has remained between us. And yeah, so yeah, just don't that's something to realize too with friends. Like if they gossip a lot about other people, like they're talking about you too, and so gossip is fun to an extent, but like when it's like hurting your friends, it's better when you hear someone else's tea. That's how it is. Being a habitual litterer. I don't know why people still litter. We've put trash cans about everywhere at this point, so I don't even know why littering is still a problem. People just throw your goddamn trash away, and yeah, and stop smoking. Stop fucking smoking and driving. Flick your little fucking bud off on the fucking road. It makes me scared it's gonna blow up my car and die. Okay, it's my anxiety there, so don't do that. Don't do that ever again. When the default coping mechanism is to manipulate or abuse other people. Sounds like my brother. And therefore, we're going to move on forward, so I don't have to talk about that. Refusing to wear headphones. I'm like, oh my God. Boomers do this too. A lot of boomers do this. Like, they won't wear put on headphones or whatever. Like, my mom didn't even realize, like, her phone had, like, a headphone jack. Like they stopped putting headphone jacks in phones, and my mom has one. Like, I didn't even realize they took it away. I'm like, yeah, they don't. I don't put them in phones anymore. It's like, oh, I guess I've never listened to music on my phone. I'm like, yeah, I know, out loud. And like, I hear like conversations she has with other people her age on Zoom, and they'll all be speaking so loud because they can't hear because they refuse to use headphones. God, ugh, yeah, that's so fucking annoying. Not accepting mistakes as mistakes. Just say I fucked up. Oh, as mistakes. Just say I fucked up. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm trying to think about it. Not accepting mistakes as mistakes. Just say I fucked up. Okay, they're not. They refuse to say they're wrong. Yeah, no, plenty of those type of people, and yeah, and I'm probably one of those people. I'm probably one of those people too. But like, I'm okay with apologizing. But if I know I'm right, I'm not gonna like apologize. I'm sorry, I'm right. Like, that's why I don't. That's why I'm not married, folks. That's gonna be the reason. You figured it out. Dun 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 dun. In my opinion, cheating on your significant other is one of the highest levels of betrayal a person can do to another, assuming they're not poly or or swingers, and they're not both kind of consenting to everything. Yeah, there's like guys. I remember seeing some dude posted on Facebook like about his ex-wife, and he couldn't stop cheating on her or some shit like that. And she was like, if you cheat on me again, it's over between us. And like, he's like, I just couldn't stop myself from doing it. And I'm like, you have opportunities, but you always have an opportunity to say no. And to sex, like, because yeah, it's like there's a difference between cheating and getting raped, shit like that. So yeah, that's cool. Cool stuff, slick stuff, neat stuff. No one should have to tell you that they are a good person. Usually, I would consider that to be a sign that they are, in fact, not a good person. It's like, I'm not racist, but you know, you can just say it and be like, but I'm not racist. Sometimes people just know it's a joke, or you really feel that way. So, there's like levels of racism. Like, you don't hate their existence, but like they do. Those people do this. We're not solving anything today on this podcast. Not cleaning up your dog's shit on the street. Okay. I've walked dogs and I've not picked up shit. Just you know, just I don't want to pick up dog poop. I've let dogs poop in weird places. Yeah. What's the lesson here? Little dogs, okay. Big dogs, you gotta pick up that shit, dude. Like, that's too much poo. That's a lot of poo. So you gotta remember that. That's how I solved it. There we go. 12. Things like letting their roommates do all their dishes and pay all the bills, getting their partner to do the majority of the housework, and when someone is witnessing them or slinking around or helping, acting as if they care about only when someone is witnessing them, being kind only when others are watching, being cruel when others are not watching, forgetting things that don't fit in the narrative, manipulative, cultivated. I'm like, okay, you, whoever wrote this one seriously has someone they're specifically upset with. And you two may need to work that out or get high and forget about it. Get a drink and forget about it, you know. If you're a boss and you know for certain that your place is about to close up and you don't tell your crew so they can start looking for a new paycheck, absolute fucking scum. Okay, sounds like you had a boss who knew his place was going to close and didn't tell anyone it's about to close. So, like, the crew just all lost a job. And, that's a rough story. Saying that's a you problem after causing the problem for someone else. That's my goddamn brother. Is my brother a terrible person? The answer is yes. I think he is a terrible person. Yeah. It's like, now that's your making the idea of making it some. If you have to take a shit and you're in the airport, you're making that someone else's problem. You know, it's like bringing fish into the workplace and reheating it. Like, you're making that someone else's problem, and it's not a good thing to make it someone else's problem. You know, now that's your problem. 15, people who care more about being right than anything else. People who lie to seem better than other people. Like, people say this about me, and I'm going to tell you, I'm always right, and I don't lie. My truth is the truth. I'm like a movie hero character. One day it comes back, and you know, it's like I say something for a setup, and then how manifestation works. We're going to talk about manifestation later in the podcast. Is that you manifest it and then it happens. So I want foreshadowing in my life. So I make it happen. And I think this is the last one. Bullying others, whether you see it as a joke or not, you're so annoying someone else, and that's wrong. So get the fuck away from my table and stay at least 6 feet away from me, Simon. Simon probably comes from a bad home, so for the original writer, I would say Simon's probably from a bad home. And, yeah, bullying others. There's, like, real bullying. And then there's, like, cyberbullying's there, too, you know. But then there's, like, your friends picking on each other. Like, you know, I feel like good friends pick on each other. I think that's just how it is, you know. That's how you make it work, and that's how you make it feel. So, rock and roll ain't dead, I guess. And that's the end of the list, so we can end it there, I guess. Thank you for watching this clip. Watch it again or watch something